So we're here at the Ironman World Championships in St. George, and I'm here together with Olaf, Aleksander, the coach of Christian Blumenfeld and Gustav Eden. And it's very nice to see you here. Last time we met was in Norway, and yeah, we'd like to hear a little bit what's going on with the boys. Are they ready?
As probably announced in the news, we of course have caught a little bit of a cold and other things when we came to St. George. It's a time for this now, society open up again, but what we all want. But the guys are strong. We've seen the performance over the last year in Ironman racing. Florida, Gustav smashed it. Christian debut, world record. So absolutely, I think even with the cold, they still have a fair chance to be on the podium.
So is there a special strategy when the boys, we say the boys, are traveling? Are they taking more rest before the race, like overseas with time difference? What is a little bit an insight how you guys do this?
So going actually from Europe to US is actually far easier than going from US to Europe for our guys. Without going to the details, but it has a little bit to do with the circadian rhythm. Going here, that we don't do much of a time shift because you get the daylight with you. Yeah. And since we also came quite good time in advance, we know that we're also getting up anyway early in the morning on competition day. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense to make a huge time shift. You'd rather try almost to keep a little bit of the European schedule still. Leading into the race, of course, last weeks things are easing off a little bit. We try to do it, get more and more specific, but also more and more rest. And especially now the last week, it's keeping it shorter and shorter and easier. Getting in the carbohydrates and yeah.
So a question from my end is also for also listeners from Wikipedia is like, how does it work? You guys come from Sierra Nevada in altitude. Here we're down on around, I think it's 1,000 meters.
Yep.
So there's a difference of 2,000?
No, 1,300 meters.
1,300 meters difference. Is that a big difference for the boys to feel, or is it as an advantage, or is it actually doesn't make so much difference?
This is what we would not call altitude. Actually, 1,000 meters is where you would see very, very small changes. Slightly, but very small changes in the maximum oxygen uptake. A little bit, but not much. And when we go here also for 3 weeks, you could always ask, okay, so how much do you lose over this time? But the reason why we decided to go a little bit more time in advance here is because here on this course we have we have more to gain to know the course specifically, because it's a very tough and very advanced course. One of the toughest probably that is Ironman branded. And compared to what we lose in, let's say, marginally in oxygen uptake over the 3 weeks when we are trained properly, compared to what we can gain from knowing the course, knowing the downhill, knowing where the real gusts are, because also we know here this can be a very windy place. Yeah. We have more to gain to really know the course and prepare properly here before the race.
Okay, cool. And I'll do one more last question, and why? Because I ran outside yesterday. Myself, and also when we were coming down to Las Vegas, and I found this very dry air. So I really feel even at night I want to drink. Yeah. Is there like a really different strategy on the drinking, or you guys kind of keep it always the same per event and just altitude or balance out a little bit?
I'll tell you after the race.
Tell the after the race. Cool. That's the secret. The secret here from Olaf, Aleksander. Thank you very much for your time. I have probably, and also our listeners and readers from Wikipedia have 1,000 more questions, but the answers will be given on race day. So keep an eye out on the Ironman live stream, and we'll see where the boys are, and they will start in the right wetsuit, as we all know. So keep following us. Olaf, Aleksander, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And good luck for you also on the race.
Thank you so much.